Good morning, everyone. It's Erica here from Me Too Paper Crafts. Can you tell I've been drinking coffee? Oh, look at those cheeks. Oh my gosh, nice and rosy. And not due to the sunshine, that's for sure. Anyway, hello, my name is Erica. I am with From Me Too Paper Crafts. I am going live right now on both Facebook and my YouTube channel. I'm using StreamYard so I can see your comments coming in. Good morning, Carol. Nice of you to join in this morning. Welcome home. So I can see comments that come in via Facebook, but I don't really see them via YouTube. But you can leave a comment there, and I will go back to my channel and have a look at the comments over there. Yeah, so welcome to my Mojo Monday. I come live at 10 a.m. every Monday, except for holidays. I usually take a break on a holiday. And this morning I have a really, really sweet card for you using a brand new stamp set from our annual catalog called Sketched Butterflies. I love butterfly stamps because they're just so versatile. You can add them to, combine them with other stamp sets as well. And I'm also using our 6x6 paper stacks. I'll turn the camera down and show you what they look like, but they're 6x6 in size, and they come in all of our color families. So we currently have 5 color families, one of which are called the in colors, and they switch out every 2 years. But the core color families are the subtles, the brights, the regals, and the neutrals. So I'll show those to you. And they create a paper pack, double-sided, multiple designs to choose from. And so when you don't quite have the paper that you're looking for, you can just pull out a 6x6 paper stack and use it. And that's what I've done with this card. Okay, so this stamp set also has a wonderful set of dies. This is the card that I made. This was my prototype. So it's just got some simple panels, 2 long panels. They're 1.5 inches wide each, and I'll give you the measurements as we go along. I also posted them in a post on my From Me Too Paper Crafts, so you can go and grab them there. And then I'm featuring, the butterflies here. So you can use any stamp set to go along with that. Okay. All right, so let's get started. I will switch my camera to my desktop. Christine, good morning. How are you? Are you ladies going to be crafting with me this morning? All right, so I created myself a little document here. Let me just pull my camera forward here. Very often when I do a card layout that I am going to use multiple times, I like to create myself this little document that I can put in my binder. I have a binder for fun fold cards, and I have another binder just for card layouts. So I have all the measurements here, and so I'll be able to recreate this over and over and over again. Okay, so let's show you the stamp set here. This is in our brand new catalog. It's under the bundles section, Sketched Butterflies, and it comes with a fabulous set of dies. Look at these dies. So when you look at the stamps, you will see that you have you've got 3 butterflies that cut out the 3 butterflies that are in the set. This is the other butterfly. So there's 3 butterflies with matching dies. And then you get this really sweet little trio of butterflies that you can cut out, as well as this butterfly and this butterfly. So you can cut them out individually. And then you have a backing as well. So you might want to die cut this one in white, and then die cut this one in a different color. And these butterflies lend themselves beautifully to using any of the glimmer papers that you happen to have, whatever color you've got to match up with it. Okay, so on this stamp set here, on this card here, I actually used this stamp here to create a background. So this makes a beautiful background on your cards as well. And then this is the butterfly that I stamped using this one, and I stamped it in Memento black ink, and then I colored it with my blends. And then this was a little trick that I did. I just took a piece of basic white cardstock. We'll do it again today. And I just used my blends and rubbed some color on the cardstock, and then I die cut these little butterflies out. And then I added some Wink of Stella. Okay. All right, so let's show you the papers here next. So set that aside. And here are the paper stacks. I usually get all 4 color stacks. So these are the subtles. These are the brights. These are the regals. And these are the neutrals. The regals and the neutrals, if you have a lot of masculine cards to make, these are good colors in those 2 packs there. And these are kind of more feminine colors here. But what's really cool, I'm going to open up a new pack. What's really cool is how the patterning works. Okay, so there are 10 colors in here, and every year they come out with different patterns. So this repeats itself through all of the colors, but you've got this beautiful kind of a leafy, I love this, beautiful leafy with some flowers as a background. And then the back of that are stripes, and you know me, I always love stripes. So you get 2 of those sheets, and then you get a different pattern. So these are kind of like a mosaic pattern on here, and then you get some little circles on the other side. So these are really neutral patterns that you can use for any of your cards. So you get 4 sheets, 2 different patterns, and it's repeated in all of the colors, okay? So a really nice generic pack. If you're not into buying the suites of products that have the coordinating cardstock with the stamp set, then this is the way to go. And then you can, this will go with any of your stamp sets. You don't necessarily have to coordinate with anything. Okay, so those are our paper packs here. All right, so then on this one, this is Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape. And so I took the one piece and cut it. I'll show you how I did it today. And then I used the reverse patterns on here to make that card. So today I'm going to do the exact same card, but I'm going to switch it up with the blues. So the blues I'm using here are Azure Afternoon and Balmy Blue. These are the 2 blues that I'm using. Now you could combine these with, this looks great with a Night of Navy. We've got Boho Blue. We've got Misty Moonlight. We've got lots of blues that you can combine these with. Okay, so this is my Azure Afternoon. So you're going to take a piece of cardstock to start with, half a sheet of cardstock. This is 8.5 by 11. And then you're going to cut it in half, 5.5 by 8.5. Okay. And then you're going to score it in half at 4.25. Okay. And then I usually take my bone folder and I like to give it a good crease so that it lies nice and flat. Let me get my keyboard out of the way here. So Carol, you're crafting. Christine, you're not. Okay, but you can make the card later for sure. Okay, I have a piece of 4 by 5.25 for the inside of the card. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to be using some scraps from when I cut to add some decor. Okay, so what you do is you're going to start with your, this is Blueberry Bushel. So this is Azure Afternoon and Blueberry Bushel. These are the 2 color combinations for the cardstock. Okay, so this strip here, they're both 1.5 inches wide, and this one measures 5.25 in length. So 1.5 by 5.25, and this is 1.5 by 4.25. So it's 1 inch shorter. Okay, and then you're going to cut your DSP. And it's just 1/8 of an inch smaller. So your DSP measurements are 1.25 by 5. So this is going to sit on here. And the other is 1.25 by 4. Okay, and I'm going to do this pattern on this one. Now you could do any combination of patterns that you want. You could do this one as the striped, and then this one as, you get more of the pattern on this one. We'll do it opposite today. So you've got those 2 layers. Okay, now when I cut this paper from a 6 by 6 sheet, I ended up with these little bits here. Okay, and I decided I didn't want to throw them away. So what I did on this card is I put one of the pieces in here and I die cut a little glitter butterfly and stuck it on top, which worked really well because it's a little butterfly on a leaf. Okay. And then the other small piece I did on the envelope. Where's my envelope? Right here. So I took this smaller piece and I just put this in the corner of my envelope. So there's no waste in here. Okay. All right. So now it's just a matter of gluing the pieces together and then we're going to do a little bit of stamping. Okay. So I'm going to pull out one of my silicone craft sheets here. And I'm going to take my tape runner. Get that going. Come on. There you go. All right, so I'm going to layer this on top of this one. Now, you can make these layers to be a little bit, what am I trying to say? Make them with a more narrow layering if you want. And then I'm going to put the striped one on the shorter piece. Once you've got these pieces together, there's no reason why you can't rotate your card to landscape and do something a little bit differently. You could do something like this if you wanted to. Or I don't know, you could just change it up. Another thing you can do is take this and you could emboss this, run this through your embossing folder. This is one of our new embossing folders called Dashing Designs. So when you're using a card base, I will just show you how I typically do it. Now, even though I say time and time and time again that when you run an embossing folder through your machine, you always want to run it so that the fold goes in first, so that the rollers hit this side of the embossing folder, not this side, because it could push this up and break the seal at the back or bend it. However, when you're doing a card front, you can't put it in like that because it's too wide. So in this case, you're going to put it in the folder, okay, like that, and you're going to run it through this way. Okay, so it goes against all the rules, but it tends to not damage it as much as pushing it from this end. This end works fine. I've never had a problem with that. So if you wanted to emboss the back of this, you could do that. As a matter of fact, why don't we do that? We'll change up this card a little bit. Now that I've got it in this embossing folder, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just do something a little bit different this morning. So I'm using my plate number 4. All right, so there we have a nicely embossed front of the card. Okay. So then the next step is to put these strips on. I'm going to overlap them a little bit. Let me just put these aside. We're going to glue these on and overlap them a little bit. Okay, now I like to use Tombow glue when I'm gluing on top of an embossed area. I'm just going to glue that on. Trying to get an even top and bottom. And we're going to glue this one on. Okay, so there we have that part done. Okay, now what I've got, then you need, I'm matching up all of my cardstock layers, same color. So this is Blueberry Bushel, and this piece measures 2 1/4 inch square, and then this is 2 1/8 inch square, the white piece. Okay, so they're going to layer together, but we're going to do some stamping on here. And I'm going to just stamp some butterflies randomly. Now I'm going to use my light blue color. And I'm just going to stamp these randomly. Let me grab a scrap piece of paper. Try to keep my grid sheet clean so it lasts longer. So I'm just going to stamp. And then to fill in the spaces, you have 3 different little butterflies that you can just stamp in there. And I like to kind of go off the edge a little bit. So I'm going to stamp that one there. And then this butterfly I'll stamp up here. So I'm just making a random pattern here for my butterflies. Aren't they pretty? Love those. You're getting this folder delivered today. Oh, good for you. Yeah, I know how much you love embossing folders, Christine. I think it's your actual favorite product. All right, so now I'm going to glue this on top of this, and then we're going to work on our butterfly. Okay. All right. And then we have our 2 scrap pieces ready to go. All right, let's work on our butterfly. So I've got my black memento ink here. And I need a scrap of white. That's not big enough. Let's grab a piece from here. Okay. And I'm going to, now you don't have to use black. You could use, we have a really great gray color. We have 2 grays, basic gray, and then we have a smoky slate. If you don't want the harshness of the black, you can stamp that however you want. Okay, so we're going to color that. And then I'm going to show you what I did with those other little butterflies. I'm going to take, let's see, I'm going to take the lighter blue. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to use the brush tip end here. And all I did was I just colored, oh, this is dried out. Well, that's no good. I'll have to use the brush tip. That's dried out too. Well, that's not very good. Okay, let's try this darker blue and see. Okay, that's working. So I just kind of scribbled some color on here. And hopefully that's enough for 2 butterflies. Now, another way to achieve this, if your markers are dry, another way to achieve this is to use, I'll show you another way to do this. I actually almost prefer it better So I'm going to use my my really good basic white cardstock. And I've shown you this technique. It's a watercoloring technique. I'm going to grab a block that's big enough for one butterfly. Okay, and I've got some water in a water bottle here. So I'm going to heat this up, and then I'm going to spray it. I hold my water painter far away. Okay, and then you kind of get this modelly kind of look to it. So I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to do a little bit more water. Okay, so now you're getting a little bit of patterning on there. And then I can cut out my butterflies from that. So if your markers don't work, then you can do this technique. Okay, so let's go back to my butterflies. And then another thing I'm going to do with this is I'm going to take my Wink of Stella. It's easier to do this before you cut it out. I'm just going to take my Wink of Stella and I'm going to cover this. I think I need a bit more squeezed out. Here it comes. Okay, so I'm just spreading around some Wink of Stella on there. And by the time I color this butterfly, that will be dry. Okay, so let's do some coloring. Now I'm a bit disappointed in this color because it's not working. Let's try the bullet end. I'm getting a little bit of color out of there, but very pale because there's no ink. To be honest, I've hardly used this color, I'm pretty sure. I think I'll go grab another color of blue and pull another blue in here. I'm just doing some random coloring. This is what they call a sketched design. So it's kind of all over the map. It's kind of hard to see, you know, where you're exactly coloring. But I'm just going to kind of guess. Another lighter color here. So I don't know, I posted on my personal page, we've got a new tenant in one of our birdhouses. And it is keeping my husband very entertained as he watches this bird try and fit sticks through the tiny little hole. But it's pretty exciting to have. We're going to have new life in the backyard. So I'm just blending in these two colors here. Okay. And then I brought out, I think this is dark smoky slate for the body. I'm just going to do the body. I didn't want to do black, but just the dark smoky slate. Okay. Okay, now even here, you can do some Wink of Stella on this butterfly if you want. Let's see, did I do it on my first butterfly, my first card? Yeah, I did. I added a bit of Wink of Stella on here. Ooh, now it's really coming out. You have to really be careful how much you squeeze this. And just do a little bit on the edges of the wings. A little bit at the top here. Okay. All right. I need to wait for that to dry a little bit. All right, so let's get out the dies we need. We need this die here. This is going to be for this butterfly, and then this one is going to be for this one. So I'm going to cut this out twice. Okay, now while I wait for that, I just want that Wink of Stella to dry a bit more. On the inside of the card, what did I do? Yeah, I just put this in, and then I had another butterfly out of some glimmer paper that we have online. And I have some glimmer paper in a darker blue that I might use on this one, or I could just do another different butterfly. I could even just do a little white butterfly. So let's glue this on our inside layer. Watch for your orientation of your pattern paper. So this is going to go on the inside of the card with another butterfly on top. So I can go ahead and stick that in my card now. Now what I love about the silicone mat is, see, when you use glue, you just rub it off with your fingers. Hi, Sharon. Hello. How are you? Okay, let's put this on inside. Okay. Now I will go and cut these. So let's put this butterfly on here. So you can color these butterflies in any color that you want, which is so fun. Just grab a bit of tape, and I don't need tape for that one. So here's one of the glittery butterflies. Let me just run it through again. Here's the second little butterfly. Sometimes they pop out, sometimes they don't. There we go. And then just pop out any extra little bits. That one looks pretty good. Okay. And then we've got the larger butterfly. Okay. So we're now ready to finish our card. Now, I put this on dimensionals. Now, here's another. Yesterday, I was even thinking of turning this, on an angle like this. So today, I'd like you to tell me whether you like it on an angle, turn it into a diamond, or keep it square. Okay, so I'll pull in the other card and you can have a look. And then you can help me decide whether I should do it square or do it on a diamond. Carol, how are you coming along crafting? Are you doing this design or are you doing something else? Christine says she loves the diamond. Yeah, sadly with Facebook, there's a little bit of a delay, so I need to wait for your response. Let's get one more diamond and then we'll go with the diamond. Otherwise, we'll just do the diamond. Now, you could put this on flat, just glue it down, and then you could step up your butterfly. Now, what I did with this butterfly is I curled the wings. So if you want to curl the wings, you just take your bone folder, your thumb, use your thumb in the bone folder and just drag the bone folder over the wing. Okay. The other trick I've told you time and time again is to put some dimensionals underneath these two top wings. This would be glued flat and you'd have two dimensionals on the top to keep the wings up. But we're going to do that like that. So let's go with the diamond. Yeah, we're going to do the diamond today. So I think I'm going to still pop this up on dimensionals. I kind of like that because this is kind of sloping down a little bit. So let me get my larger dimensionals here. And let's put four of these on. So I'm just lining up the point here and the point here along the edge of this blue piece. And the size of the diamond works really well so that it fits right to the edge. If I'd have cut that bigger, it wouldn't line up. I'd have to move it over a little bit, which is okay. Okay, so let's put a little bit of glue on here. And we'll just glue this down. We'll put him on an angle a little bit. Okay, and then we have these other little butterflies. I'm hoping I'm getting glue on there. Put one up here. I'm just bending the wings a little bit. These will flatten in the mail, of course, but whoa, that's way too much glue. And I didn't like how I did that so much, so I might put one down here. Three butterflies on the front. Okay. And then I might just make another butterfly and put it on here. I think it looks nice with a butterfly on the inside as well. Now for the envelope, all I did for the envelope is I just put, so it turns out that I put the smaller, I reversed it. That's okay. Let me just grab, here's another blank envelope. I'm just going to stick this down here. You could stick another butterfly on here as well on the outside. Okay. Yeah, I need another butterfly on the inside. Okay. So there are your two cards with no waste from your DSP. We use those two little bits on the inside and the outside. Now, I wanted to show you, these are still available in our online store. We have these really sweet brass butterflies. So if you're going to get the butterfly set, I need to actually order another package of these because I'm going to use these more often with the butterfly set. But we've got these beautiful brass butterflies. They're called brushed brass butterflies. Say that 3 times fast. Brushed brass butterflies. So we've got those as an embellishment. So there you go. There are your cards. Boy, those two colors look really great together, don't they? Okay. So there you go. There's your cards for today. An easy layout that you can do over and over again. I'd love to see what you create. You can post a comment and add your card to that. And I will see you back here on Thursday night for Case the Caddy. I'm really excited about having a new catalog to case. I haven't yet decided what I'm going to make, but I will make something fun. And we'll see you on Thursday night. Thank you so much for joining me. And I will see you soon. Bye.